Anderson, South Carolina. How's everyone doing today? It is my favorite day of the week. It is Championship Sunday. This is the Whataburger Bassmaster Elite, and you see me all dudded out like Flavored Dave here today, but I'm going to be your MC. And we got 10 anglers remaining, and what an incredible group of anglers we got shooting it out here. We have 4 rookies in our top 10, an incredible cast of characters. Our leader since day number 1, Drew Cook. We got any Drew Cook fans in the house? Sitting in second place, going out this morning, fishing his very first Championship Sunday. We got any Paul Marks fans in the house? This is going to be a very fun weigh-in. We've had 2 weigh-ins in a row, ladies and gentlemen. I can be honest, the loneliest person on this stage, the loneliest thing on this stage is this bad boy right here. For 16 years, 15, 16 years I've done this job. Every single time we had somebody load the Yeti hot seat. The last 2 tournaments with Brandon Palnick and Stone Cold Kyle Welcher Elite Series wins. The last 2, nobody loaded the Yeti hot seat because we had such a big lead. That is not going to be the case here today. The whole deal, we're going to weigh in all 10 of our anglers. The final angler to weigh in is going to be our day 3 leader, Drew Cook. And the job you have until we get there is to load this Yeti hot seat. The longer you stay there, the more money you make. And at the very end, we will take our leader and our day 3 leader. We will put them side by side. This will be the original American Idol. We will watch one win and the other one get second. I mean, second is good, too. We got trophies for second and third place, great paydays, but $100,000 for our tournament champion, and it is the 4th stop of the 2025 Progressive Bassmaster Elite Series. But you guys have a very important job. Anderson, South Carolina, Green Pond Landing, this facility is not state-of-the-art. This facility is art. This is the only facility. I mean, we go a lot of places where there's a beautiful boat ramp and there's a nice park and it's great weighing. This place was designed for tournament fishing. This is the place that people look at when they want to design a great facility. They look at what happens here. Let's hear it for all our friends from Green Pond Landing. Neil Paul and his entire crew, what they do is truly phenomenal. The folks from Whataburger were down giving out breakfast to our anglers this morning. It's been a great week. Are you guys ready to start this weigh-in? I'm ready to start this weigh-in, and I don't want to burn you guys out. I need you to make lots and lots of noise. We only have 10 anglers, so I need you to blow the leaves off the trees here, ladies and gentlemen, when we bring them out here. But I need you to warm that up right now, because before we can weigh any fish, we need to bring out our weighmaster, our tournament director. Get loud for LT, Lisa Talmadge. Lisa, what a couple of tournaments we've had here in the Carolinas. Obviously in North Carolina 2 weeks ago, South Carolina this week. We're going to crown a champion, and the good news is we're actually going to use the Yeti hot seat. It hasn't been used in a little while.
I think that's great that we get to use it. Thank you, Anderson County, for coming out. I know Dave was thanking everybody, but I really want to thank him as well, because a year out before this event, I start working with Neil Paul and Matt Shell to make this event happen. So a big thank you to our host, Visit Anderson, Neil Paul, and all his team, the legendary Green Pond, because it is legendary, and Matt Shell and all his team, all the volunteers. They were out here, 4 o'clock in the morning before anyone was here, and they were the last ones to leave. I was talking to Matt Shell and Neil Paul one night at 9:30, and they were making sure the cones were in the right place. So let's give them a round of applause. And a big thank you to all of our staff, because it does take a lot of people to put this on. So I'm just so grateful to work with such a great group of people. So a big thank you to the staff. And thank you so much for coming out, and thank you for your hospitality. You ready?
I'm ready. I'll let you set up the scales, ladies and gentlemen. We've got cameras all around here. You'll be able to watch this the last couple of days on FS1. Outside of that, on Roku, Bassmaster.com. Each and every Elite Series event is broadcast on FS1, starts at 8 a.m. Saturday and Sunday mornings. And you guys want to feature this area, show the world that it's a good place to go and have a good time. So I need you guys to do me a favor. Before we bring our anglers in, I need 15 seconds of absolute insanity. The clouds have rolled over. It's a little cooler, so nobody's got an excuse. On the count of 3, I'm going to spin this towel, and I need everybody, and I don't mean just the front row. Sometimes the people back there, the Yamaha trailer and stuff, they think I can't hear you, I can't see you. I will stop this entire weigh-in if everybody isn't involved. I need 15 seconds of absolute insanity. I mean, hands in the air. We want to show the world that you guys know how to party. Are you ready to do this? All right. I'm kind of convinced, but I'm going to let you prove it to me right now. 15 seconds of absolute insanity. 1, 2, 3. All right, I think that was pretty good, Lisa, but I mean, I'll be honest, and I don't want to bring this up, but we were in North Carolina a couple of weeks ago, and they were a little louder than that.
It was electric.
You're not going to let North Carolina be louder than you guys, are you? I need everybody. You brought signs. I want you holding them high. I need everybody making lots of noise at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. This is the Whataburger Bassmaster Elite at Lake Hartwell. It is Championship Sunday, and only 10 anglers remain. Are you ready? Let's get ready to wham! Who do we got first? Rolling this way, he is a 9-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier. He is a 4-time Bassmaster winner. From North Prince George, Virginia, Jacob Prosnick. Jacob Prosnick was our bubble boy, the last qualifier into today. We're nowhere to go but up, in a great position. Very rarely on the Elite Series do you find yourself in a position with very little pressure and nowhere to go but up, but he is in that exact position. Started today with 47 pounds and 14 ounces. He's bringing us a 5-fish limit. Speaking of which, everybody has weighed in a limit here this week. He's looking for 7 pounds, 11 ounces to take the lead. 5 fish here today. Green Pond Landon, you think he's got it? Looking for 7-11. 12 pounds, 4 ounces with 60 pounds and 2 ounces. For the first time in 2 tournaments, Jacob Prosnick going to load our Yeti hot seat. Let's hear it for him. Leading the Whataburger Bassmaster Elite. 60 pounds, 2 ounces. You are leading this tournament, and as I said, we're in a very unique position. You had nowhere to go but up, and man, so rare to have a pressure-free day on the Bassmaster Elite Series, but that's exactly what you had.
Yeah, it's like once in a lifetime. You don't ever really get that. But, this has been a fun week. I got to do what I like to do. I love to sight fish shallow, wacky worm, Yamamoto Cinco, sensei worm, shaky head. This lake is absolutely awesome. I love coming here. Every time I hear Lake Hartwell on the schedule, I just think about, this place is just, like I said, it's just got so many bass. But, we do all this. We run we get to run Mercury Motors and thank them for making the best motor. Falcon Boats, that's home, right here in Newberry, South Carolina. I get to run the finest bass boat out there. They get to use the best fishing rods, the tackle and everything. But you guys are what makes this all worthwhile, I promise you.
That is the truth there. The reason Bassmaster is what it is. What'd you do for baits this week? Like, was it a bunch of different baits, or did you focus on one thing?
I mean, I threw a Livingston Plotmaster just down the bank some, just covering water. But it was all about sunglasses this week, just going down the bank and trying to find them as many as I could. And today I put the trolling motor on high and just covered as much water as I could. And, hindsight's 20/20. When you get in a situation like that, you get out there and just try to find the 5 biggest ones that you can. And today, maybe I should have done a little bit more fishing. I ended up fishing a couple of docks right there at the end of the day and catching a right nice one. And, called one. But that's just hindsight 2020. But the good thing is that I have some avian X turkey decoys waiting on me at home, and turkey season's still in Virginia, so I'll be hunting tomorrow morning.
Well, before you head there, load our Yeti hot seat. Have a seat. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. Jacob Prosnick, your tournament leader. And let's roll through our next angler. He's a member of the Bassmaster Century Club. His second season on tour. He is already a Bassmaster Classic qualifier from Alabama. Get loud for Wesley Gore. Wesley Gore coming into today with 48 pounds and 11 ounces. Going to need 11 pounds, 8 ounces to take over our Yeti hot seat. He's got 5 fish here today. Batting 100% when it goes to limits so far in this entire tournament. Looking for 11, 8, 12 pounds, 8 ounces, and a brand new leader in Wesley Gore. With that, we say goodbye to Jacob Prosnick, and we say hello to Wesley Gore.
Hey, and once again, thanks Whataburger for the best breakfast sandwich I've ever had this morning.
There you go. Your tournament leader, Wesley Gore. Mountain Dew Pro went to work today, and hey, you did your job. You knocked Prosnick out of the hot seat. Not sure how long you're going to be sitting in the Yeti hot seat, but the good news is you're here on Championship Sunday. You talked about it this morning. This is a big turnaround point for your season.
Yeah, I've had a pretty rough year, and it felt good to get things going in the right direction. I love this place. I've been here a bunch of times, and every time it's always good to me. This place means something down deep, and I just ran out of fish. I mean, I went on the troller today, looked around, and just couldn't find anything else. But I will tell you this, that fish, I'm sure all y'all watched the one I lost yesterday. He won the battle, but I won the war. That one I held in my left hand was that bass, and I got my rod back. So,
What happened to your rod?
Man, I didn't even realize I kicked it out of the boat. So I swung that fish in the boat yesterday on a glide bait, and I know why it come off now. It's lip tore, and it hit the front of the boat, flopped in the boat. I reached down to grab it, and it went off the other side, and I went in, and my arms went in to grab it, and I kicked the other rod out. Didn't even realize it till I got to the next place. So anyway, I was going to give the waypoint away for the rod for anybody that was out here, but I got it today and the bass, so it was a good day.
A great day. Key baits that put you in this situation, was it one bait? Was it a rotation of baits? How'd you do it?
It was a rotation of things. I was fishing herring in the morning, throwing a Nomad Wingman just on a weightless hook, catching schooling fish and fish that were coming up, just feeding on the herring spawn. And then later in the day, I had some bed fish earlier in the week I was fishing for, but I noticed as the week went on that there was a lot more fry garter showing up, and that's what I've primarily done the last few days. And I was catching them on a drop shot and a glide bait. It just depended on how willing they were to bite. Some of them wouldn't bite, but if I couldn't catch them on the first cast with a drop shot, I could talk them into biting a glide bait.
Well, great tournament, whatever way it works out. Going to load our Yeti hot seat. Let's start it for him, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, let's roll our next angler this way. He's an Elite Series rookie, fishing his very first Championship Sunday. He is a former All-American champion from Georgia, Emil Wagner. Emil Wagner had 48 pounds and 12 ounces as of this morning. 5 fish here today. He's looking for 12 pounds, 8 ounces to take the overall lead here at the Whataburger Bassmaster Elite. Looking for 12-8. He's betting it's 12-7. Let's see how close he is. Needs 12 pounds, 8 ounces. 5 fish here today. 12 pounds and an ounce, a little short of the lead, but he moves into second place. Emil Wagner, keep your eyes on this young angler. Got a bright future here on the Bassmaster Elite Series. Get loud for his very first Championship Sunday. Emil, I know this is your first season on the Elite Series, and a lot of people excited to see you fishing here. It didn't take you a long time to make it here to Championship Sunday. How bad does this one fuel you to want to get back here again?
Man, really, really bad. This crowd's freaking insane. I've never been on stage and really been nervous, but holy cow, there is a bunch of people here. But But no, it's been an awesome week. I mean, the whole house did good. Loberg almost got in the top 10. Paul and Tucker, they're going to have a shot to win this thing. Looks like it's going to be a tight weigh-in. And, man, it's just been an awesome week. I'm sure about half the crowd saw the video of me falling in the lake, so that was fun. And, caught a bunch of fish. Today, I ran way up the Seneca River. That didn't work out. Came back down, put a topwater in my hand, and never put it down. Or, I put it down a little bit, but threw it almost all day. And probably had more big bites today than I've had all week, but they're just not there yet where they're going to fully commit to it. But in a couple weeks, this place will be super fun. It'll be summertime fishing, and we can catch them on topwater. But I hope we come here every year. This is probably my favorite tournament lake in the country.
It's an incredible lake, and I hope we come back here as well. Going to give you the opportunity. I know you said you throw in a topwater. Was there a bunch of key baits you were cycling through?
Yeah, just about 90% of my fish this week came on a Berkeley General on a wacky rig and a Magnum hitworm, both in green pumpkin, and super simple. I mean, if you ever come anywhere with spotted bass in the spring, those are killer baits, and that's pretty much through the whole time.
We had a great week this week. Keep that momentum going. Let's hear it for Emil Wagner. And Wesley Gore stays in our hot seat. But let's get this next angler rolling this way. He is the reigning EQ Open Angler of the Year. He is a former collegiate champion, a two-time Bassmaster Open winner. He set the record for the biggest winning weight in Bassmaster Classic competition. He is the reigning and defending Bassmaster Classic champion from Minnesota, the beastin' that is Easton Fothergill. His third championship Sunday in a row. Started the day with 49 pounds and 14 ounces. Needs 11.6 to take the lead. 11 pounds, 13 ounces. And once again, Easton Fothergill is leading a Bassmaster event. With that, we say goodbye to Wesley Gore, and we say hello to Easton Fothergill. What a heater he is on. 3 championship Sundays in a row. It started at the Bassmaster Classic, and it hasn't stopped since. $61.11, going to weigh that one for Phoenix Boats of Big Bass of the Day. Not going to take over for the tournament, which is $7.15, but that one $3.12. Going to take it over for the day. But Easton, we've talked about it. Man, what a heater you are on. We talk about momentum. You win the biggest event there is to win in fishing, the Super Bowl of bass fishing, the Bassmaster Classic. And you have made every championship Sunday since then. And I love hanging out with you on Sundays.
I do too, Dave. I really like hanging out with you. No, it was a great week. Fished the way I like, covered water. Burned almost all the gas out of my boat every day. Went shallow, deep, just doing whatever popped in my mind. And that's the way I love to fish, and that's the way this lake usually sets up. So caught them all in the herring spawn in the morning, throwing a variety of different herring baits. And then from there, we went to the bank, caught a mixture of bass on bed and then fry garters, just covering water. And, ran new water almost every day and just caught whatever was in front of me.
You're from Minnesota. I mean, a state that is synonymous for water, synonymous for lakes. But on day one of this tournament, you said this is your favorite lake in the country.
Yeah, it is. And, it's a mixture of, it fits my style, like I said, and then it's got clear water just like Minnesota. It's a combination of those things that makes me really like this place. But, I was thinking back a lot today. The first, second year of college, I came here during the herring spawn, and it kicked my butt. Like, I did not know what I was doing. So I went back to school at Montevallo, and I was just, grilling the guys that are from here that are on the team. Just what am I missing, that sort of thing. And they taught me some things. And then, junior, senior year, we kept coming back here, and I was able to learn more and more. And, that's the reason why I had the success, the stuff that I learned in college fishing. And, that plays in every lake we go to. So definitely college fishing. If you kids are out there, you want to do this, don't skip college fishing for sure.
Worked out pretty good for you, and it is an inspiration to watch what you're doing. I'll let them load our Yeti hot seat. Let's hear it for 22-year-old Easton Fothergill, and let's roll through this next young angler. And what an angler he is. He is a 3-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier. He is a 2-time Bassmaster winner. He is your current leader in Progressive Bassmaster Angler of the Year points. From Wisconsin, get loud for Jay Securat. Jay Securet has never been out of the top 10 in Progressive Bassmaster Angler of the Year points, but he is leading it right now, and every point matters. Started the day with 50 pounds even, looking for 11 pounds and 12 ounces to dethrone our reigning Bassmaster Classic champion. And I got a feeling you're going to see these guys battle it out for years and years to come. Looking for 11, 12, 14, 7. And Jay Securet is leading the Whataburger Bassmaster Elite. With that, we say goodbye to Easton Fothergill, and we say hello to Jay Securet, your Progressive Bassmaster Angler of the Year leader. I don't know if poke is a big thing in this part of the world, but you're making it a big thing. And, man, it is awesome to watch you compete this year. You really look like you're fishing very free and very, you're just kind of fluid out there, just, covering water and fishing very naturally and very free. Is it as easy looking as it is from the outside?
Not at all. Today was a complete disaster. I probably had 8 pounds in the boat at one point. I was running completely new water. I ran to the back of a creek. Didn't even know if bass existed back there. Caught 10 pounds, and then I ran back to the ramp here, and I caught a couple nice ones right at the end, which really made my day. And again, that was that whole fishing free thing. I picked a pocket, just went down the pocket, fished everything that looked good, and caught a couple nice fish to end the day. But everybody back home, hi to everybody back home. My brother just got home from Florida. He moved there this winter to work, so he's back home now. Going to say hi to everybody back home for a week before we get to Fork. And that AOI is definitely on my mind now. It's on my mind big time that we're mid-season, and we're going to a place that's kind of feast or famine. Lake Fork, huge place. It was on Lake Fork, I think it was 3 years ago now, my rookie year. It was actually my worst finish that I've probably ever had on the Elite Series. So I hope I learned a couple things when we go back to Fork next time, and I catch them there.
Looking forward to seeing you at Fork this week here. This one looks pretty, you guys catching a lot of fish. Everyone's had a limit, but it went wrong for a lot of anglers. Why do you think this one went right for you?
This reminds me a little bit of a smallmouth tournament, but the weights are so much different. You can get stuck on, 12.5 to 13.5 pounds and not catch that 14. That 14 is so key out here. The difference between having that 12 3/4 to 14 is a huge deal, and that's one bite. That's 1 3.5 pound fish, to be honest with you. And that's kind of where, you have to get that bite to put yourself in contention to possibly win the tournament. We didn't do that today, but we had a good tournament nonetheless.
Regardless how it finished, earned yourself maximized on those Progressive Bassmaster Angler of the Year points. Yep, you're not going anywhere. You got to load our Yeti hot seat. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm very excited to roll through this next angler, returning to the Bassmaster Elite Series, making his very first championship Sunday. He's a 4-time Bassmaster winner, a 16-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier, the 2014 Bassmaster Classic champion from Gunnersville, Alabama, Randy Howell. Randy Howell started this tournament by catching our Phoenix Boats Big Bass at 7:15 on the very first cast of the tournament. Some say that's bad luck. It was not bad luck for him. 5 fish here today. Looking for 14 pounds, 3 ounces, 12 pounds, 6 ounces. He moves into second place with 62 pounds, 11 ounces. But a great week for Randy Howell. We're happy to have him back in the Elite Series, and even happier to have him here on Championship Sunday. Randy, I've said it a bunch of times, but we're sure happy to have you back here on the Bassmaster Elite Series and have you back home here at Bass. But, man, you came so close to making cuts these first few events, but you're here on Championship Sunday, and I know this is why you came back here, and we love having you here.
Gosh, it is, man. That's what it's all about. Being in this final day is so much fun, and coming back to a good crowd. I'm going to tell you, Lake Hartwell and this Anderson County area is just awesome. This is the best facility that we go all year, man. Y'all give it up for Neil Paul and all the Anderson County folks here to make this place so nice. We're thankful to have a good tournament here, man. But it's been a fun week. I love the sight fish, and I love throwing a Cinco. I love throwing the top water, Livingston, Walking Boss top water. I caught them kind of that way in the morning, and I caught them on Cinco throughout the day. But that 8-pounder the first day, y'all, I'm tell you what, that's what we do it for. You know, you have all these days that you have things don't go right, and you don't catch fish like you need to or want to. And then that one cast, and you catch one that big. I saw that fish, had shook it off in practice, and 3 days later, that fish was still there, and I was boat 54, and I ran that Ranger Yamaha there and rolled in, and nobody was there. My heart was in my throat, and I thought, oh, God, if that fish is there. So I pulled up. I lined up my Lowrance waypoint. It was in the middle of a pocket, and I made a blind cast, and when it landed, I started shaking my Cinco real slow. Like that's how you bounced it like that, and all of a sudden, the line just went slack, and I'm like, oh, gosh. And I set the hook, and when I set the hook, it felt like a stump. And then his head come out of the water, and I said, oh, Lord Jesus, please don't let this one come off. And I knew that would make the whole tournament if I could catch that one. And I thought it was a 6.5, 7-pounder, and it ended up being an 8-pounder or 7.15. So that one kind of coasted me through. But as it's changed all week, I've struggled to stay on fish because they've been moving a lot. The water came up today and got dirty everywhere, so I didn't get to do any. I never got to see any fish seeing them today. I just kind of basically fished for them and used my active target to kind of scope under the docks and caught some under cable. So I caught a lot of fish today, but still just didn't get any of the big ones. So it was one of them ones that could have been anybody's game to win, but wasn't my time this week. So I'm thankful to be here, though. Man, thank all y'all for making this what it's all about here at Bassmaster, and God bless y'all. Hey, wait a minute. And I need two double bacon cheeseburgers from Whataburger because I've lost about 7 pounds this week fishing so hard. I've skipped 150 miles a day with that Cinco, so I need a lot of Whataburger. So I'm wearing this hoping they'll give me a free burger sponsorship. So how about it?
Before you leave the stage, got to talk to you. It's great to have you here. How long till we have you and your boy Laker Howell fishing here? We've watched your entire family grow up on tour, and he's getting close.
Yeah, man, I want to thank him, too. He drove all the way here today from Guntersville, and because I've done it for him a few times, and he didn't win. So I'm like, man, I'm sorry you drove all the way here, and then I didn't win. But he's awesome. He's 23 years old. He's doing great, man, and he's hopefully this is going to be his year to make the elites, and he'll be out here with us next year. And then we'll have one more guy in the way to take another check out of our pocket. So that's what I worry about. But I'm proud of him, and I can't wait for him to get out here with us. Our dream is to be on this tour together, but even more to be in the Bassmaster Classic together. So that's going to happen eventually.
Make that dream come true. An amazing family, an amazing angler. Now let's keep them rolling this way. He's 11 Bassmaster top 10s. He is a 5-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier. He is a former Elite Series champion, a calm, cool cat from Colgate, Oklahoma, Luke Palmer. Luke Palmer started the day with 50 pounds and 14 ounces. Oh, boy. 50 pounds and 14 ounces as of this morning. He's got 5 fish, so we're still batting 1,000% on fish limits here, which is so rare. Every single day of competition, we're looking for 13-10 to take the lead. 15 pounds, 12 ounces, 15-12. With that, we say goodbye to Jay Shakurit, and we say hello to Luke Palmer. Luke Palmer took his Elite Series victory on Santee Cooper. We're going to weigh this fish, first of all, for Phoenix Boats Big Bass. 3 pounds, 11 ounces, so not going to take that over. But you took your Elite Series victory in South Carolina, and South Carolina been very, very good to you.
Well, it has been really good. You know, this is the one place that I always said that if I didn't live in Oklahoma, I'd come to South Carolina and move here in a heartbeat. The fans are great, the people are great, and I just appreciate all, you know. I've got my buddies from Lake Murray. They showed up. They're up there. They drove up to see us. That's my other family, I call them. You know, we've been there all week with them. They put up with us somehow, and their wives are allowing it, so that's been good for us. But, you know, this week I really said I'm going to be hard-headed, just like I was at Santee, except I went the exact opposite from 20-pound sunline to 8- and 10-pound sunline, you know, and it was put a spin rod in my hand with a sonar minnow, and just that's what I did all day long for the last 4 days, and it worked out good. You know, I mean, anytime you can top 10 against these guys, that's considered a win in my books, really. And if you ever get to win, that's just, you know, it's a whole different deal. But the big thing for me, though, this week was my amped batteries. I was running that Quest on 80 and 90% all week long. Batteries never failed me. And what's really neat, you know, I went from a big, you know, Cara Amistad, cracking fish, big line, to helping make a spinning rod. And that 7.2 is what I used all week from Falcon, and it all worked out. You know, I can't complain about it, and this big crowd showing out for us, and Anderson, it just always shows up. And I'd like to get a win here at Hartwell, but if we don't, she ain't got my number too bad yet.
Been a great week, whatever way it works out. Don't go anywhere. Load our Yeti hot seat. 7 down, 3 more to go. Let's roll through our next angler. He is fishing his very first championship Sunday. He is an Elite Series champion, a 3-time Bassmaster High School champion, a former collegiate champion, a former collegiate angler of the year. He made $1 million casting for bass before he ever got here. From Birmingham, Alabama, Tucker Smith. Tucker Smith had 51 pounds and 15 ounces to start the day. He's looking for 14 pounds and 12 ounces to take the lead here today. Needs 14 pounds and 12 ounces. 5 fish all alive. Going to go back in the water for you guys to catch for years and years to come. Looking for 14-12. Needs 14-12. Those fish are very, very lively. Started the day with 51-15. Looking for 14 pounds, 12 ounces. 15 pounds, 11 ounces. And just like that, Tucker Smith is leading his very first Elite Series event. We say goodbye to Luke Palmer, and we say hello to Tucker Smith, leading the Whataburger Bassmaster Elite on Lake Hartwell. $67 pounds and 10 ounces. We're going to weigh one for Phoenix Boats Big Bass. Needs to be better than 312 for the day. 3 pounds, 13 ounces, so a brand new Phoenix Boats Big Bass. And this is your first championship Sunday, and you are 2 anglers away from winning this deal. You cannot complain. I mean, your entire house, you room with 3 different guys on road. All of you made the top 50 here. 3 of you made the top 10. It's been a successful week.
It's been awesome, man. It's been such a blessing. Thank the Lord for this week, man. It's been awesome. Ran around so much today, hit a ton of new water. Just didn't land on those big ones today. I looked for a largemouth for a long time, ran the nitro up and down the lake all day long, and was on my trolling motor on 10 with the impulses all day. So, I mean, surprising you can't burn those batteries down, man. I was trolling everywhere and just didn't get those big bites today, but it was a fun time. Really, this week I caught them all on a Yamamoto Cinco, Morning Dawn, and Green Pumpkin, and then I caught a good bedfish the second day on a Yamamoto Craw and White. But, man, I was just running and gunning, hitting as many places as I could, and it was a really good time. Thank you to my friends and family for coming out. I really appreciate all those guys.
You have an incredible support crew. I haven't talked about this on stage all week, but I have to highlight it, and hopefully one of our cameras can catch it. If we can part the seas right here, you may be the first Elite Series angler with a mascot dog. Let's get this dog up front here so the world can see. Tucker, who is that dog?
It's my mom's dog, Mia.
I mean, it wears your colors. It cheers you on. It clearly has spent more time in its hair this week than I have my entire life cumulatively. But it's a good luck charm. It's working for you.
Yeah, Mia comes to most of the tournaments. But, man, it's been a fun week. Staying with all the guys, Emil, Loberg, and Paul. I mean, it's an awesome household, and they're all hammers, so it's fun to be around them.
I feel like you're not real excited that I mentioned Mia.
No, not too excited.
All right. Let's hear it for your tournament leader, Tucker Smith. Gonna load our Yeti hot seat. And before we bring through our next angler, let's hear it for Mia, ladies and gentlemen. All right. 2 anglers left to go. Let's get them heading this way. He is also fishing his very first Championship Sunday. He is an Elite Series rookie, the 2024 All-American Champion from Georgia. Get loud for Paul Marks! Started the day with 53 pounds even. He has put on a clinic here this week. Needs 14 pounds and 11 ounces to knock his roommate out of the hot seat and be one angler away from a lifelong dream and become an Elite Series champion. Once again, started the day with 53 pounds even. He's got 5 fish. Looking for 14 pounds, 11 ounces. Tucker is already out of the chair, ladies and gentlemen. 15 pounds, 8 ounces. 15-8. And Paul Marks is leading the Whataburger Bassmaster Elite. And he is one angler away from a lifelong dream. 68 pounds, 8 ounces. You are leading this tournament, and you only have one angler standing in your way. Paul, how old are you, and how long have you been dreaming of this?
I'm 23, and I think I've been dreaming about it probably for 23 years since I was walking around like some of these little kids are, and it's crazy. I love spotted bass. I love fishing like I do, and it's the best thing ever in my eyes.
No matter how this works out, you've done something incredible here this week. You came into this event as a pre-tournament favorite. I mean, a lot of people picked you coming to this event, and that happens to a lot of anglers. It is so hard to deliver. I mean, there's no givens in this sport. You have delivered flawlessly here this week. How did you do it?
I start the morning out on herring spawn, throwing a Zoom Fluke Stick Junior and a Zoom Super Fluke, and I would catch a couple good fish every morning that would be in my bag when I came to weigh in. Then the rest of the day, I'd back off a little bit, a little deeper, anywhere from 10 to 20 foot of water, sometimes 30. I caught a few out of there, and throw a shaky head, Spro, skip gap, 3/16, 3/0, and as y'all see, I just reel them in. I mean, don't set the hook, nothing, just flip them in the boat. So it's the best hook ever made out there, and then a 5/0 round bend worm hook for my fluke stick and Zoom Super Fluke. Get some weight on there, you can move a little quicker and get action.
Been incredible action. It's been incredible to watch you on live. You ready to finish off this weigh-in?
I think so.
What are you feeling right now?
No clue.
Let's load the Yeti hot seat. Let's hear it for him. Paul Marks, ladies and gentlemen, 23 years old. And only one angler stands in your way. Let's get him rolling this way. He is a big one. He is a former Dakota Lithium Rookie of the Year. He is a member of the Bassmaster Century Club, fishing his 17th Bassmaster Top 10, his 6th-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier, a former Elite Series champion from Georgia, Drew Cook. He has led the last 2 days of this event. Started the day with 55 pounds, 8 ounces. Paul, let's get both these anglers side by side, and let's find out who won this title. At 55 pounds, 8 ounces, Drew Cook is looking for 13 pounds and an ounce to become a 2-time Elite Series champion. Had 55 pounds and 8 ounces. Does it go to the herring master or the sight master? 9 pounds, 15 ounces. An Elite Series rookie, Paul Marks, is an Elite Series champion. Paul Marks is an Elite Series champion in your very first Elite Series Championship Sunday. You're 23 years old. You say you have dreamed of this for that long. That's about to become official. You have done this. You are an Elite Series champion. How does that feel?
Pretty damn awesome. Pretty damn awesome. It's awesome. I got to thank all my friends, family, everyone that showed up. It's like half the county's here, so It's awesome. Huge shout out to all my sponsors: Freight Road, John Meagle Chevrolet, Sonar Pros. You all saw on live today. I was using my sonar and destroying them pretty much all 3 days or all 4 days. Tons of other sponsors: Yamaha and Phoenix. I ran my boat. I never let off the gas today. I knew I had to catch some, and I ran so hard, and it was a long, stressful day. I really didn't think I had enough, but somehow it worked out.
It worked out exactly how it was meant to work out. Let's make it official and bring out from Whataburger. I'd like to bring out Jeff Altman to hand off the trophy and make this official, a lifelong dream. And in 2025, Paul Marks owns Lake Hartwell. The Whataburger Bassmaster Elite at Hartwell belongs to Paul Marks. On the mark, the herring shark gets it done. This was a two-way battle this week. We've seen sight fishing and we've seen the herring anglers, and you were walking away with this title, Paul. Man, this is about to get real busy for you. I think we got a bunch of people ready to party with you tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tell me, this is official. What is going through your mind?
I don't know. It's going to take a couple weeks probably to set in. Hell, maybe a couple months. So, I don't know. I can't believe it. I really can't. I knew coming into this, there was fish everywhere on the bank, and I knew it was going to be really, really hard to win with spots. So the first day I got lucky. I went and caught a 5-pounder off the bed, and that fish made my tournament. So, super fortunate to have it.
An incredible tournament and an incredible young champion.
And I want to say thanks to my dad, Mark Harden. They pretty much taught me all I know about spotted bass. So, pretty awesome.
Amazing. Take your kid fishing, and he might end up on this stage one day. The Whataburger Bassmaster Elite belongs to Paul Marks. We started with 102, 50 went out yesterday, 10 went out today, and now one remains. That one is 23-year-old Paul Marks, an Elite Series champion. The Whataburger Bassmaster Elite at Lake Hartwell belongs to Paul Marks. Congrats, dude. This thing's heavy. Yeah. What were you saying about the trophy?
It's pretty damn heavy.
The weight of the crown is very, very heavy. Paul Marks, an Elite Series champion. It took him exactly 4 events to achieve this title. Anybody else you want to thank or anything? You got anything else to say, Paul? Okay, you're good. One more time before everyone leaves here. Let's get him to hold it high. Paul Marks, a lifelong dream comes true. The Whataburger Bassmaster Elite on Lake Hartwell belongs to Paul Marks. On behalf of the entire Bassmaster staff and family, we want to thank each and every one of you. Our event director, Eric Lopez, our tournament director, Lisa Talmadge, our entire team. We cannot thank you enough. You guys have been incredible. Anderson, South Carolina, we will be back. Green Pond Landing, thank you for everything. You have made this the 4th stop of the 2025 Progressive Bassmaster Elite Series. Very special, and we will see you again.